So you can, let me hold on there. You can get a free chart, and then you can see where the moon is in your own chart. And that, like if it's in Virgo and if it's in your third, fourth, fifth house, whatever, then you can really drill down where that energy is for you personally at this moment. Uh, this Virgo moon is all about recalibrating and cleansing. It's almost like a reset. We're kind of in the mid point of the first quarter. So this is like a recalibration. It's like, okay, I'm, 7 weeks out, 8 weeks out from the first of the year. What have I done that's moving me forward? What haven't I done that maybe I should have done? You have time to change that, make new choices, and also to release something that you tried that you know isn't working for you, or to give up something that doesn't feel good anymore, or release something that you don't need. This is a recalibration point so that you don't get too far down the year and say, oi, what happened? This is your moment to stir things up, change it, and make them the way you want it. Also, Venus is going into Pisces tonight. Anybody here a Pisces? Nope. So Venus is the sign of conditional love, like relationships and conditional love. But Pisces is all about unconditional love. So if you're a Pisces now with Venus and you're looking to create a new relationship, you want more love in your life, this is going to be like boom. I mean, really a very magical time for love. So let me see if there's anything else. Yes, it's all about bringing into balance. So what's been out of balance and you've noticed, now is the opportunity to bring it into balance and to pay attention to how much your thoughts are about yourself versus thinking of others. It's a time to balance that out. We've been in a year where, the past 12 months, because of the pandemic, everything has been about our own safety, our own security, being in the house by ourselves. There's been a lot of momentum about self, self, self. Now is the time to start to balance that and to start to think about others. So, what I'm going to do is do a little clearing of the area. I already burnt some white sage earlier before I sat down, but I'm in my magical place and you can see all the kids are behind me.
Wow.
So it's like supercharged back there. Oh, I didn't bring my bowl forward. Whoa, hold on. I didn't bring my bowl. But so let me just clear this, clearing it for all of us, removing anything that attached to us in the past 2 weeks since I did the new moon, and just clearing any energetic attachments that have attached onto you as well. And this is a selenite wand. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do, I'll hit my bowl. Hmm. She sings. And I'll put on some singing bowls. I'm going to do a full chakra clearing and cleansing tonight. And when I'm done with that, I'll stop the music. And then I'm going to do, with a tuning fork, Leslie, you've been through this before. This is a heart tune-up. At the bottom of this is clear crystal quartz. I'm going to hold it to my heart. The energy is going out to you. And when I do this, I'm going to ask you to put your hands over your heart and send love to someone today that you know or you know that needs love. This is what they call it's an 136.1 megahertz. It's the God vibration. And it's just, you won't hear anything, but I will feel this massive vibration in my chest, and I'm sending it to you. So I'll do that at the end of the chakra healing. And of course, Shakti is sitting in for all of you. She's going to be receiving on your behalf. She's a very happy girl. You can see she's totally zen. She's had so many treatments. She's like, oh, lucky me. And get comfy. And I'll put the music on for you. Now, what I think I will do is mute. I'll mute all. Wait a minute. I'll mute all of you so that we don't get any background noise there. Okay. Can you hear that okay? Oh, now put your hands over your heart. I'm going to use the tuning fork. We're sending love to someone special in our lives or someone that has passed, but we're sending love. Nice. You can unmute yourselves. Or do you want me to? Yeah. Did somebody have pain in their neck tonight? Somebody have a little bit of a stiff neck, little soreness in the neck?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did?
Yeah, I do all the time.
Oh, because I felt it.
Really?
Oh, all of a sudden, I got this pain in the back of my neck. I said, one of those girls has got a sore neck tonight. Do you?
Yep. Yep.
So I went back to the throat chakra and worked putting energy from the top to the back. How do you feel? Is it any better?
Yeah, and I've felt even through yoga, like I felt my throat a lot today.
Ah,
Yeah.
because I felt it. I said, somebody's got something going on with their neck. I'm going back and I'm going to do a double thing on the throat.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else experience anything?
My cats definitely did.
Animals love this. Did you hear my dog?
Yes.
She started sneezing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. Now her eyes are closed. She's sound asleep, but she was like sneezing. Oh, I just woke her up, taking a big stretch.
Yep.
Now, animals love it. They love it. Almost every time I do this, she's usually pressed right next to me, but she's over in her own bed because I'm on the couch and I had things around me. So, anyways, let me get the altar. Let me share my screen. Hold on, I gotta move this. This is
This is Zoe.
hold on. Where is she? Oh, how old is Zoe?
She's 11.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She's my little three-legger.
She's 3 legs?
Yeah. I adopted her when she needed an amputation. Well,
Oh,
I fostered her and she was a foster fail. So yeah.
it's you. Um, so this is tonight's altar. It's very interesting. It's on a new grid. It's a wooden lotus with the seed of life in it. And the lotus, to me, is one of the most beautiful blossoms that exists in nature. But it comes out of the most murky, dirty, disgusting water, like basically mud and slime. Um, and yet it has this really strong stalk and they grow beautifully straight up and they're always sturdy and strong. And what that represents is that no matter where we come from, what's ever happened in our past, we are still beauties with strong stalks, unbendable by what life throws at us. Nothing can take away our beauty. And the lotus, then at night, she'll close, she'll go back down, she'll rest in the murky water. And as soon as the sun comes up, she comes right back up and she's beautiful the next day. To me, it's just a fascinating blossom.
Mm.
So, there in the little silver vase tonight, I was guided to put in lavender, which represented purity, silence, devotion, serenity, and grace. And we can all use a little bit of that right now in our lives as we come out of what we've gone through, and we are coming out of it. We are headed into beautiful energy, reconnecting with joy and happiness. The pandemic is slowly going to be behind us. Not that we can't be foolish and not be careful, but
Mhm.
it will be behind us. So the lavender is about that purity and grace of moving forward. The three little green blossoms are to represent mind, body, and spirit. They must be in alignment. If you don't have those three things in alignment, then what happens is you're living out of balance. You're going to have to recalibrate. If you're out of balance, you recalibrate. So those three blossoms are almost all the same size. They're like identical, meaning that they are in alignment, they are in synchronicity with one another. So it's mind, body, and spirit to be in alignment. The little Ganesha is from India, and I've got him there. He's a wonderful one. He's very colorful. He's blues and purples and pinks and golds. And Ganesha um, thinks prudently, always seeking knowledge, always wanting to know the higher wisdom, what's best for all. And when unsure, um, he will remove the obstacles that are in front of him, in front of you. So what Ganesha does is when we're unsure, we're sensing a block, an obstacle, like something is holding us back energetically. That's what unsurety is. Ganesha removes that feeling that you can't move forward for some reason. And he brings abundance. And we are going back into abundant energy. This is going to be we're going to look back at the end of this year and go, wow, I just can't believe how different I feel and how much better things are. And his little belly he has a fat little belly. It represents acceptance, which is a very important lesson at this time because we can't change what has transpired. We can only change as we move forward. So if we resist anything, push back, it's going to cause us more pain, um, unnecessary pain. And he has a raised hand, which is for your protection. So still, our path at this time requires the work is all to be done by us individually. We each have our own individual work, which we must do in order to progress forward, in order to capture the grace, the abundance, the joy that's there. Somebody else is not going to bring it. You're going to have to be responsible and take the necessary steps to get it. Below that is a little yellow disc, and it's Haniel, who's an archangel. And Haniel and archangels can be male or female. but I think of him as a male, is the angel of intuition, of divine communication. Pay attention to your inner guidance, that little voice of wisdom from within. That is your guiding light. That is what gets you going in the right direction, is that little inner voice. And I know sometimes I'm still guilty of this, as much work and spiritual practices and everything that I have. Sometimes I'll go like, what? No. And I will dismiss it. And then I'll say, wait a minute, I know better, because I've learned some very harsh lessons by dismissing that inner guidance. So listen to that little voice. If it says something to you, this is the time to write these things down, keep a journal, pay attention to it, keep a little log of it, because you may want to go back and refer to something that you thought you heard yesterday that may be applicable to something you hear today. And Haniel is connected to the moon. That is part of that archangel's energy. Very, very connected to the moon. And what he's saying for this particular moon is stop looking for fulfillment outside of you. As I mentioned before, it's our job to recapture everything we want in our lives that was taken away this past year. And Haniel will assist you in fulfilling your purpose. During the pandemic, we had so much time at home and time to think and time to look at things differently. And I think everybody developed a new sense of appreciation for what they have. I know I did. That all of a sudden you look around, you go, wow, I'm really lucky. I've got a house, I've got water, I've got food, um, I've got my health, my children are healthy. And it gave us all time to think about purpose and finding a little deeper meaning in our lives. And this is how I birthed the crystal chakra healings. Was one day I just woke up and I was told this is what I needed to do, and I needed to bring this to as many women as I could, and to bring them this, sacred space where they could continue to uncover the amazing divinity that exists within them, that maybe they've forgotten, or maybe they're not recognizing. So this period of time is really, for many of us, been about uncovering purpose, a deeper purpose, a more meaningful purpose, whether it be at work, whether it be in your relationships. It may show up in different ways. The selenite wand has all the stones of the chakras on there. So they're being charged while they sit there. That selenite is supercharging those stones. And there's clear quartz for the seventh chakra. There's angelite, for the, there's amethyst, there's clear quartz, there's amethyst for the sixth chakra, your third eye, which is about love, protection, higher guidance. The angelite for the blue stone is for awareness, speaking your truth. The small orange one is carnelian, to ground you, restore vitality, and stimulate creativity. This is the time to be creative. You've been kind of unplugged for 12 months. Now it's time to plug back in, get those sparks going, open up your vision, because we all have a lot of creativity and a lot of gifts that we do not use. And now is the time to birth the gifts, to bring them forward. And the bottom stone is a little boji, and it heals blockages through all the chakras. It's a very powerful little stone, and it will also boost energy. The little green bowl is a lotus bowl. It's an offering bowl. And we're making an offering to this full moon. And inside the bowl is a little white dove. It's a moonstone dove that is that I got in Jerusalem, that is for energizing peace and love on the planet. Let's restore peace and love here and around the world. It is so needed now. The disconnect, the illness, everything else that the world has experienced, the chaos this past, oh, my hands are still vibrating, wow. The chaos that's been experienced globally, it's time to bring peace back to that and love to that. So the little dove represents that. There's a tiny little rosebud in there, one little single rosebud, also for love. And there's two small pieces of rose quartz, again for love. It's really it's an offering of love to the moon, to be that light will be cast on the planet Earth. And then there's the sacred moon water that's in my little antique crystal chalice. I won't put that out in case it's too cold. So what I'll do is I'll put it in something else and bring it back in and put it in that. But as I mentioned before, you can just take a couple of drops of that. You can even take that moon water and you can anoint yourself with that daily. If you've got a headache, put a few drops on your forehead. If you've got something going on with your throat, having a problem speaking up in a situation, speaking your truth, holding your ground, put a little of the moon water on your throat. If you're having a problem, a heavy heart, feeling sadness, lack of love, difficulty in a relationship, put a little on your heart, anoint your heart with it. It's very powerful stuff. It's an elixir. And then in the center of that wooden lotus is it's about the size of a small orange, is the most powerful sphere that I own. It is three crystals blended together. There are three sections and they've been put together. And the three stones in the sphere, and why I love spheres, I have quite a collection of them. The energy is sent out 360 degrees. There's nothing to block it. So lots of times when I want to expand and send a lot of energy, I usually will have a sphere on the altar. This one is the most powerful one I own as far as the divine feminine. It has rose quartz, which is the stone of universal love, the mother of all love stones. It opens the heart chakra, reawakens trust, dissolves negative energy. It encourages love for ourselves and for others, which is a big theme of what the whole altar represents tonight. And it heals the heart and brings peace. Now, that was the last piece that went on the altar. That was the last thing I was told to pick up, except for the card. But I mean, out of, divination pieces. The middle part is peach aventurine. It enhances growth, luck, abundance, while also activating the sacral chakra. And it soothes stress and worry. It helps balance feelings of shyness and allows you to easily access creativity and intuition. Again, another theme of the entire altar. And then the third stone in the sphere is carnelian, which is the sacral chakra, also increases energy, heightens creativity, and supports personal empowerment. Known as the gemstone version of caffeine, it enhances stamina, courage, optimism, and endurance. It's a that stone is that's probably the best sphere I own. And she's sitting on a selenite base. So it's like boom, 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 boom with the energy. It just doesn't get any stronger. Um, I also have that candle is called a full moon candle. It's by a wonderful little company and it has little crystals in it and it has the most divine aroma of any candle I have ever smelled. So I'll post the link if you're interested. I have the full moon one and I have a new moon one right here that I put out sometimes. It's the darker one. They are the most glorious candles. Um, but the full moon one is exceptional. And then the last thing that I did was rather than do an oracle card tonight, I was told we don't need an oracle tonight. We need a blessing. And this is a blessing card. And it's humor lights the world. And that's what we're all about right now, turning lights back on in the world. And the message is I am blessed by wit and humor. I see the light side of dark times. I see the antic grace in awkwardness, the comic foibles in human nature. I am serious in my commitments, but I'm light-hearted in my fulfillment of them. I love that. Humor lights the world. And also, it's purple flowers on this. I just realized that go with the lavender. Um, any questions on any of that? Isn't she a beauty? Mm,
It's all
yeah.
very beautiful.
Uh-huh. Um, I never knew I had this gift. I always knew there was a voice, guiding me and downloads all the time. I've always had the downloads, but I never connected the dots until I had time to sit still with it. And then it came out in this, the altars. They're just glorious.
Mhm.
And what happens is that the energy of all of you participates in what I receive for guidance. I couldn't do one of these for myself. It wouldn't work. If it was just for me, it wouldn't work. So it's your energy collectively that moves me around and guides me. And I say, oh, that, okay, I'll go get that. And I haven't seen that little lotus bowl and I don't know how long. And I said, it has to be the green offering, the lotus bowl. And I knew exactly, I just had to find it. So I have, Leslie, I know you've heard this in a shaman prayer, but the rest of you haven't. And this is from the book Awaken the Inner Shaman, and it's the most beautiful little prayer for like a closing. I want you to make it possible. Excuse me, inner shaman, I want you to make it impossible to ignore you. I want you to give me unmistakable signs that you are helping me. I want every one of my experiences to be a healing experience. I want everything I say, everything I do, and everything I think to carry me one step closer to alignment with spirit. I am on track now, and I want you to help me to remember to stay on track. You have my permission to remind me as often as necessary that you are there and to show me how to use you to my best advantage. Do not allow me to remain distracted in the same old thought patterns, the same old habits that keep me asleep. Give me courage, focus, and help me clarify my highest vision for this life. Transform all my actions to prayers and all my thoughts to blessings. Help me set my priorities right. May every day bring more light, more clarity, more love, more truth, more power. Make it so. Aho, amen. Any questions? This was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to wear my crown. Yay! Imagine if I went to the supermarket like this, they'd run away. I'd say, who's who's the lady in the vegetable aisle with the crown on and the mask? Somebody get her out of here. Oh, fun. A lot of energy tonight, ladies. My hands are still vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Good energy, really good energy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yummy energy.
I'm always amazed at how um, tangibly that energy comes through, even at a distance. I
Yeah.
mean, you're hundreds of miles away doing that, but I felt like you were right here in the room.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm meant to do, is
Mm-hmm.
bring you that energy, bring you that comfort. Yeah. If somebody told me, I was talking about, I was in school all last weekend, and was saying in the class that if somebody told me 2 or 3 years ago that this would be what what I was going to be doing, I'd say no. I love crystals, but what? No. Altars for groups? Are you crazy? And now it's like, I can't wait till now till like the new moon so I can build another one. I,
Mm-hmm.
I take little pieces for myself on certain days, but I don't build anything like that because I don't get the guidance. It's not just for me. So it started yesterday, and I had to write it all down. I, it has to be handwritten. What comes through, it can't be typed because then you lose the energy of it, the flow. And I just feel so blessed that it happens. I could cry. Yeah. It's always wonderful to be with all of you. It's wonderful. I love sharing this time with you.
Yeah, it's a real um, mystery almost that the more we get into serving, the more served we feel.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, true. It really is. Um, it's like a gift. It feels like a gift, you know, to be able to do it, to be able to put those together and share the chakra healings, and it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so blessed to be able to do it.
And it
Is
really is of when you say it's us as a group, when with the lavender flowers, it was, oh, that's for me. And different things that you say, it really clicks, and it's like, oh, that's for me. And
You
the
know
fact-
what's yours. Yeah, because this is a collection of all of you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you all contributed to that in some way energetically.
Hmm.
Certain pieces of this will resonate more with one of you, and something else will resonate with someone else. Yeah. Mm.
Well, I'm very grateful that you created the space for it. Thank you.
Me
Oh,
too.
I'm glad you like it, ladies.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I love doing them. For me, it's like I'm like a little kid having a party when I'm putting it together, honestly. I'm like dancing around. I've got bowls going, or I had some shamanic drums going yesterday when I was like gathering. It's like I'm gathering. Ah, fun.
Can you also put the name of the music that you used?
Tonight,
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
that was that was 7 chakra bowls that I found on YouTube. That music really embedded it just like went right into me. It was very, very powerful. I loved it. I'm going to save it and use it again. I loved it.
Mhm.
And I'll put the link to that. It's an actual video on YouTube.
Great.
I'll post. Oh, by the way, I'm going to make the group private going forward. I mean, it doesn't impact you. It just means that somebody just can't go in there and sniff around. You know what I mean? Or somebody like jump in on a Zoom and you know. So
Right.
I was thinking about that today. I got this nudge to make it private.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's a good idea.
yeah.
My son was on a Zoom call and they had random people popping in, and yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then if you want to make a personal comment in the group, you know it's safe because it's a private group. Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, my sweets,
Thank you, Mal.
until the new moon.
Yay.
And I'll try to type up some brief notes on this. And if anybody wants the shaman prayer, I can scan that and put it in as a file.
Yes, please.
Oh, that was just oof,
Beautiful.
yeah, wonderful. Bless you all.
You too.
Thank you. Bless you
you.
Good
too.
night,
Night.
everyone.
Great.
Thanks.
Night, everyone.
Good
Night.
night. Good night.
Night.